Hi everyone! So final video review for this week is for CEO Wife by Amos. If you want to check out my Goodreads review, I did just post that the other day. So if you are on YouTube, there is a link in the description below, and if you are on Facebook or on my blog, then there is a link within the post. And this is the video review. So CEO Wife by Amos. I hadn't read anything by Amos before, so I wasn't really sure what to expect here. And what I got was erotica with a bit of a twist, which was something unique and something a little bit different. So it's basically a story that follows Marley. She's a high-flying business owner. She really is at the top of her game, but she has big aspirations and she has even bigger dreams. But in order to achieve those, she needs something she hasn't got: a wife. And to get what she wants, Marley faces a bit of an ultimatum, and there is only one person she can think of to help her achieve this goal, with sort of no strings attached, if you'll refuse the pun. So she goes to Raven, who is her dom, and Raven's not really one to get involved with her clients on this type of level, but how can she refuse Marley's proposal? It's a business transaction. And they kind of make this business transaction, but they kind of get more than they bargained for in getting married, and it kind of can't go smoothly when there's underlying attraction there either. So that really builds the story. And even though the story is part of a series, you can read it standalone. So I really enjoyed that about it. It's not something that you have to have ever sort of encountered these characters before to understand their story. Annie gives you enough about them for you to really get a good sense of what is going on in this story. And the way it's written in first person perspective, it jumps between the two characters. So you're getting Marley's perspective and you're getting Raven's perspective. So you're getting a good show on emotions and feelings and actions in this story. But it has BDSM themes and it was quite erotic, but it did have romance, which softened the characters and the whole premise of the story. Because when you hear that it's sort of fake relationship, fake marriage type of trope, you think, oh, okay. And then when you read the more premise that it's BDSM and it's quite erotic, you think, oh, what am I getting myself into? But it's definitely bordering between being erotica and romance. There is a lot of romance in there, even though it has to be born from that initial idea. So it has to be born from that business transaction. So if you're looking at it and thinking, oh, this is erotica, I don't read erotica or whatever, it's romance. I can assure you it's got a lot of romance in there, and it's definitely got a story, it's got a basis, it's got something for you to focus on as the reader. So I love that it had a story. Sometimes you can get things and they just haven't got enough underlying story behind them, but Annie's taken the time to really build something, which I think most people could understand. You know, business women can be very driven, as we know. They can have that ice queen tendency. I don't think Marley has that ice queen tendency, which again was nice. You know, she's very sure of herself and she's very confident, but she has vulnerabilities and they're underlying and they come out in the story because of the romance element. So they were both really strong characters and they each had their own goals, but of the two, you know, Marley was mostly focused on business and it took a long time for all her vulnerabilities to come out. She was quite good at missing tiny hints that alluded to Raven having feelings for her and them being something more, whereas Raven was really sort of enhancing her experience and trying to get the most out of this business transaction based on how she was feeling. And whilst Marley was busy denying all her own insecurities, feelings, vulnerabilities, and trying to focus on the end goal, she found it a lot more difficult than I think she thought she would at first. So it was really quite an intriguing story, something a bit different with all the twists and turns, and it really brought some surprises. So I'd really recommend this story. It's great for any lovers of erotica and BDSM, but it's also good for those people who like that type of thing with a lot of romance too. It has everything. It has a little bit of everything in there, and I definitely think it's romance, but it's also in that erotica category. So you can get best of both worlds with this one. It's really good in that respect. So I'll pop a link in the description so you can go and grab a copy of CEO Wife by Amos. If you've read CEO Wife, please let me know what you thought of it. How did you find it? Comment below. Get involved in the discussion. If you haven't read it yet but you're interested in reading it, or it's on your to read list, or you now are thinking, I might add that to my to read list, again, it would be great to hear from you. It's always great to hear what you're interested in reading, and if you do grab a copy of it, I hope you enjoy it. Bye.